This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Let's talk about New York City for a moment. The company has essentially taken a pause from running Madison Square Garden, and they're running Nassau Coliseum, and they do a strong showing there. And Meltzer would report it means it's unlikely we're going to see very many MSG shows in the near future. Of course, that's essentially the home away from home because Vince's dad ran that building with some regularity. But the company pulls out because they feel like it's too expensive to run with the attendance they're pulling. Sometimes Jim Ross has even said they would sell the building out but lose money because the operating income was so, or the operating costs were so taxing there. Yeah. Was it still special as a performer to be in Nassau Coliseum, or is there really something about the mystique of Madison Square Garden?
Well, both arenas are awesome, but Madison Square Garden is where it all started, and it's the most popular arena in the world. You having shows there. The problem was that the company wasn't making money; they were losing money. So they decided to go out to Nassau, and that's where they booked their shows. I don't blame them for that because when you book Madison Square Garden, you're booking the whole arena, and you're booking the labor union, the workers. So you have to pay them, and they take their time, and they spend a whole day. They spread it out and make it as long as they can so they can get as much money as they can. And it got to the point where the company was losing money because of it. So Vince decided to back out for a while and just go with Nassau, with Long Island.
Let's talk about how it feels like in this era, they went from thinking maybe you weren't that durable to, hey, let's put it behind glass and break it in case of emergency. Because when Batista goes down, he's the champion on the SmackDown brand, and you make an unexpected appearance and win a 20-man battle royal to determine the new world heavyweight champion. It's a major shift because you've been a bad guy on the other brand, and now here you are on SmackDown. In a weird way, a lot of times in professional sports and even in wrestling, opportunity arises when injuries happen, right?
Yes. Well, the problem was I just got traded over to Raw.
Right.
And being on Raw for a couple months, Vince McMahon pulled me aside and said, hey, Batista went down. I need you on SmackDown. And I said, Vince, I just got here. He said, well, there are a couple people that I asked that don't want to go. I was like, oh, I guess you're asking me to go. I guess you're telling me to go. So I said, I'll do it, Vince. I don't care. I mean, I'll do whatever you need me to do. I'm a team player. So, let's do it. So I ended up doing it and ended up winning the world title, which was great. But, I was excited to be on Raw. I haven't been on Raw for a couple of years, and it was kind of new and exciting to me. And I had to go back to SmackDown, but it wasn't a problem. I just had to adjust.
But there is an interesting thing that happens before the match starts. You get new music and new pyro. I've always been fascinated about the little tweaks to the presentation, who makes those calls and how they're made. But you get a different music here, and the pyro is different as well. When you first got pyro, there'd be like 4 blasts that went off in a row, and the last one being the biggest. Now they're rapid fire blasts with a much bigger one at the end. Is this because you're about to become the main event of WrestleMania again, or in a world title match? And are they trying to ramp that up, or is there another strategy for changing the music and the entrance after all this time?
I think they wanted to change the entrance music and the entrance because I was positioning into the wrestling machine.
Yes.
And it's a more intense wrestler. That's why the pyro was louder and more intense. The music, I believe they were trying to hide the "you suck" chants.
I see.
And, they weren't able to work it out, so you got what you got with the re-recording of it. So you have the repeating over it again. So I'm not sure why they did that. It didn't help anything. It didn't hurt anything, but they didn't accomplish much with the music. But with the pyro, they did accomplish a lot.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.